Good morning, family. How you doing? It's Mr. R2 here at Consistency is Currency. This is your morning podcast to give you some enlightenment, to give you some power, to give you a better way of looking at things, just to give you a different type of energy that can take you throughout your day. And that's what we do right here at Consistency is Currency. Those that are watching, of course, in the Facebook world, I appreciate you. I will forever show gratitude for you. I will forever show gratitude for your support. And those that are watching on YouTube, again, I appreciate you as well. Those that are listening in the podcast world, whether you're listening and you're in Spain or you're in, what did it say, Morocco, or you're in Nigeria, for those that are listening in the podcast world, I thank you and I appreciate you for viewing. I appreciate you for doing what you do. And I'm going to continue to do what I do because I do it for you. And I do it because I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. Those that are watching, go ahead and leave a comment right now. Let me know how your morning is because, I mean, this is what? Christmas Eve or something like that. I don't know. It's like the older you get, the more that stuff really doesn't matter. You don't see it the same way. You know, as long as you have people that love you, as long as you're surrounded by people who understand you and understand what you have and what you have going on, that is what the holidays is really about. It's just getting together with real people. Grand Rise and Peace. How you doing, Miss Kimberly? All right. So let's go into today. Today is going to be very interesting because as I begin to create this program of dominating today, it really began to allow me to look at things from a whole nother perspective. Because when you look at how do you dominate, the word itself sounds strong. You can't be weak when you're dominating something. You can't be weak when you're looking at it from a whole nother angle on how you want to either penetrate a market or how you want to put yourself in a space to where you become the authority, not just in the room, you become the authority in your life and you become the authority in what you know that you want to do. And authority will not be done until you learn and understand how to dominate. And let's go ahead. I'm going to give you 5 ways to dominate today because the things that you dominate today will make it a lot easier for you to comply and a lot easier for you to go on throughout your tomorrow, because today is the day that you will learn how to dominate and how to manifest how to manifest and dominate at the same time. Peace. How you doing, Miss Salinas? All right, here we go. How to dominate. All right, if there's something that you, like I always say, if there's something that resonates with you, go ahead and drop it in the comment. Why? Because there may be someone that looks at your comment that you would be able to create some sort of dialogue because you're looking at it from another perspective. Because as you see this mountain right here, everyone looks at things from a different perspective. What I see on my mountaintop and what you see on your mountaintop, the only thing that is similar is the valley. But how you see it is your perspective on how you see it. So from your mountaintop and from their mountaintop, you're going to see the valley differently, but talk about it in the comment section. All right. So we're going to be going over how do you dominate and dominating today. As you know, we always go through the definition. Then from the definition, we bring it forward into the lesson. So to dominate, the first definition of dominate is to have a commanding influence on. So being that we're talking about you and how to dominate your day for you, you have to have a commanding influence on yourself, not allowing someone else to influence the nature of you, but you have to begin to nurture the best part of you if you're ever going to have a commanding influence over your life, or you're going to have a commanding influence on the things that you do. You're going to have to understand that the domination that you have to have is within you and not what somebody else is trying to push on you. And again, look at the highlighted words because that is where we're going to go today. The second definition of dominate is to control, govern, or rule by superior authority or power. Now I'm going to say that again. It's to control, govern, or rule by superior authority or power. Now, only those who understand what control is and what govern is and what a rule is and what authority and what power is really going to begin to understand how to really dominate today. All right. Number one is control. As you can see in this right now, a lot of people get so caught up in allowing other people to control them where they no longer are themselves. So the first thing I'm going to tell you to stop doing is stop competing. Stop competing with people who are not even on your level. Stop competing with people that's not even your competition. Stop competing with people that don't even put you in a position to where you feel that they're in your race. Compete with yourself and stop competing with other people. There's 3 rules that I live by, and I will always live by those things. The 3 levels of success, has how I see it, is never compete, never compare, and never complain. Never compete, never compare, and never complain. Those 3 things will not allow someone to control the most innermost being of yourself. Never compete, never compare, never complain, never compete with anyone, because it's your race. How fast or as slow as you go in your race, it is your race. Never compare. Never compare yourself to someone else, because why? Because the thing that got them to where they are, you don't even know how they got to that point. You don't even know the things that they went through. You know and understand the things that you went through. So don't put yourself in somebody else's position, because it's your position. Control your thoughts, control the way and the situation and circumstances that you find yourself in, and I guarantee you that you will begin to learn how to dominate your thoughts, because you know and understand that you have control. But stop competing with other people. All right, number 2 is govern. Now, this one is special because a lot of time people don't even know how to govern themselves, but they want to try to govern you. They want to try to govern the way you do things. They want to try to govern the way things are happening in your life, but they don't even have any type of governance in their own lives. So you need to understand, if you want to dominate your day, that you have to have some sort of governance in the things that you do. You're going to have to stay on mission. You're going to have to keep the vision. And you're going to have to monitor your circle. As you can see right now from the image itself, you have a staff. Like when Moses went to the water and he rose a staff, the staff is the people that you surround yourself with. The people you surround yourself with can part those seas and allow you to see things from a whole nother perspective, because they're going to put you in the realm of, I'm going to keep you in perfect peace. I'm going to keep you in harmony. Those people who are your accountability partners. Those are the people who understand that what your mission is and what your vision is. We're going to keep you in line, because those people understand that there is an order and there is discipline. And in this season in your life, I know that I want you to be the best part of you that you can be. Even Michael Jordan had Pippen. Even Kobe Bryant had Shaq. So there has to be a body of people that you're gonna surround yourself with, and make sure that you monitor those individuals, because as you grow, as you know more, as you commit yourself to being the dominant in your life, surround yourself with the right people, and always make sure that you stay on mission and keep the vision alive. Now this right here can only be understood by people who understand that there are rules, there are principles, there are things that you have to live by. So to dominate your day, you have to make a rule. You have to make rules in your life that govern the things that you do. You have to make rules in your life that's going to allow yourself to commit a lot easier, because it is a part of the lining that you have, or the fabric that you have adjusted and developed in your life. You're going to have to understand that you have to have standards. You have to have dedication, and you have to have information. Why do you need information? You need information because that's going to realign your goals with your vision. That's going to align your standards with your principles. That's going to align your dedication with your commitment, because you're going to develop rules. You're going to develop standards that is going to allow you to have a much better outcome, because you have rules, you have principles, you have things that you stand on. I guarantee you, when you stand on the right things, you're going to begin to dominate. You're going to begin to stand in a room and not be moved, and stand in a room and not be easily moved by other people's emotions, because you have standards, you have rules, you have things on how you communicate, you have things on how you are dedicated to certain situations and circumstances, and the information that you absorb, the information that you gathered is going to allow your rule book to keep you in line with the vision that you have set for yourself. All right, number 4. Now, number 4 is strong. You're going to have to understand that you are the authority. You are the authority. And because you're the authority, you're going to have to enforce your decisions. Your decisions were made on purpose. Your decisions is not based on somebody else's decisions, but you have to have the authority to control your decisions in what you make. And you're going to have to demand your outcome. How do you demand your outcome? Even Jacob said, I will not let you go until you bless me. You have to hold on to your blessings. You have to hold on to your visions, because your visions were yours and they were given to you on purpose. So you have to have the authority to demand the outcome. I demand the outcome. I demand that I learn these lessons. I demand that outcome of me learning Spanish, or I demand that I learn how to study social media, or I demand that I understand that what love is. You have to demand your outcome, because when you demand your outcome, then you have the ability to move in confidence. Not worried about what other people say about you, not worried about how other people see you. When you understand that you are the authority, then you will have a new way that you dominate, because you're the authority in the room. And it's going to take you places. It's going to open doors, because people are going to see the gift inside of you. And that gift that's inside of you is going to allow you to self-reflect. And when that gift allows you to self-reflect, it's going to reflect the great and mighty power that you had inside of you for a long time, but you never thought about that you have the authority to speak life. You have the authority to breathe life into those dry bones that you had in your closet. You had the authority to speak life into those dry bones that you walked in the valley, because you left those visions alone, Give authority to those dry bones and allow those dry bones to stand up and to do great and mighty things and to demand your outcome. Now, number five is real special to me, because you have to understand that you do have the power. You have the power. You have power over the dominion of the way that you think. You have power to comply, because when you create these principles, when you create these standards, you do have the power to comply. Stop blaming everybody else for your inability to comply, because you do have the power to comply. You have the power to comply with the choices that you make, just like you do have the power to comply with the decisions that need to be made in the moment. Now, these last two things, I'm going to teach you how to do something. And I know when you begin to learn these next two things, it's going to make things a lot easier for you to do. Now, the first one is to absorb and reflect. The power to absorb and reflect. How do you absorb and reflect with power? So as things come upon you, as things are projected on you, absorb those things. And when you absorb it, take that inner way of looking at it, and then you reflect it. Because when you give somebody else power and dominion over you, you have given away your power base. But how do you absorb and reflect it? I absorb what you're doing. I see it. I can identify it. I'm going to take it in. But then how I react is totally up to me. That's my reflection. How I react is totally up to me. I'm not going to give you dominion over me. I'm not even going to let you dominate me. because I'm going to dominate and be the authority in this conversation, or I'm going to dominate and be the authority right now. So I'm going to absorb it, look at it, acknowledge what's going on, and I'm going to reflect it back to you, but I'm not going to give you the power in how I respond. All right, the next one is reflect and refine. Reflect and refine. When you reflect something, is to go back. That is to look in the innermost part of you. And when you look at it and you speak with a much more refined way of doing things, I guarantee you, your power is going to be different. Your power base is going to be different. The way you see things is going to have a much more refined way of seeing it. Your light is going to be different. Why? Because you have a much refined light that is within you. That reflection of light that you project onto other things or you project onto other people is going to be that much more brighter because you have a refined way of reflecting your light. And that's going to put you in a whole nother realm of power and a whole nother realm of how to dominate today. So learn how to reflect and refine. That means knowing what you're going to say when you're going to say it. That's your wisdom. Knowing what you're going to do when you do it. You're going to reflect in a refined way and not allowing someone else to control how you respond. Not allowing someone else to dictate your response. Not allowing someone else to take your power of refinement. But that's you refining the power that you had within. That's you refining the power of the absorption that you have absorbed and how you reflected that back through the refinement of your power. All right. So that's the 5 things on how you dominate. You dominate with intention. You dominate on purpose. You dominate with your vision. You dominate with standards. And you dominate when you are consistent. And I'm going to tell you, like Jacob said, I will not let you go until you bless me. Y'all going to have to talk to your visions like that. You're going to have to talk to your gift just like that. Demand your outcome. And when you begin to really demand your outcome, the outcome has no other responsibility but to change. When you demand your outcome, the outcome has no other responsibility but to change. And y'all can take that for how you want to take it. I'm going to say that one more time. When you demand your outcome, the outcome has no other responsibility but to change. So as you go throughout your day today, demand your outcome. Set your tone. Set your rules. Understand that you have the power to change. Understand that how you govern yourself will be the governance within the body of people that you surround yourself with. And understand when you get to that point, it's yours. When you get to that point, it's yours, it's all yours, and you would dominate your day today. Y'all be blessed. Leave a comment in the comment section on how you see it, or how do you even dominate your day, because how you dominate your day may help somebody else because they might not have thought about it from that perspective. Because remember, as I stand on my mountaintop and you stand on your own, we both see the valley, but we see it from our perspective. But when I learn from you and you learn from me, we all understand that we have the ability to dominate. Peace.